Well, you made me weep, and you made me moan. When you caused me to leave, child, my happy home. But someday, baby.
The Box. Yes, I just tried to do one of those wavy hand intros. But today I am trying to review the new movie, the new Richard Kelley movie, The Box. And it stars Cameron Diaz, Frank Langella and James Marsden. Now, Cameron Diaz and James Marsden play a couple with many financial problems at the minute. And they are taken by this half-faced, two-faced kind of man played by Frank Langella. And he's given them an option. The option is that they've been given this box and it has a red button under a glass seal. And they have two options. They can press the button or they don't. If they don't, he comes back at 5 and collects it. If they do, they get two things. They know two things. One, someone somewhere in the world will die. They don't know them. Two, they will receive $1 million. And as this is the new Richard Kelley film, it isn't just that simple. There are other things to do with portals, cults, other things to do with sci-fi, other lingering details which I will not go into because it may just well put you off the movie. Now, if you know Richard Kelley, you know that he has made many films. He has made many things as well. He's done TV commercials, he's done TV shows, but he's made two films. One is a masterpiece, the other one isn't. One, Donnie Darko, we all know. It's a brilliant film. Nothing to deny, it's one of my favourites. Southland Tales, on the other hand, is a film that you want to watch again because you don't understand it. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to watch it again for some reason. It's not a very good movie at all, really. And it was a public pan and a critical pan. It was not a good movie. And this one, I had no hope for Richard Kelley going into this. I had very so-so expectations. I thought, it could go either way. But I'm pleasantly surprised to report this is a good film. And I admire Richard Kelley that he's back on form at last. And I think it's definitely got problems for sure, but this is what I'm going to say. For the first half of the movie, it's a gripping and intriguing movie that is very mysterious. It's the second half that lets it down. Now, this film is gorgeous to look at. If you just look at it, Richard Kelley, all of his films look gorgeous. You can't deny that. Donnie Darko looked great. Southland Tales, even though that was probably only redeeming qualities about it, it looked great. And The Box, same here, it looks great in its 70s setting, and the soundtrack is by far one of the best I've heard all year. It is brilliant soundtrack. Also, the acting is surprisingly very good. Cameron Diaz giving her best performance since being John Malkovich. James Marsden pulling in something incredible to his portfolio, and Frank Langella is Frank Langella. He's a legend of acting. He is just sinister in this. Also the effects on his face, they look very, very real. I think they look really real anyway. And it's the second half of this film that really lets it down. Now, the problem is that some of the acting is a bit pretentious. You know, you've seen, let's take an example of maybe South Park, you know, the puppets of Team America or The Simpsons. You sometimes see them going into movie theatres and you see this not bad actors trying to do Oscar-winning performances. And that's what kind of happens with some of the actors in here. And also the film really could have been a lot better if it was done with a different director and really didn't have a Richard Kelley vibe to it. That, you know, he has a lot of things, throwbacks to Donnie Darko in this film. He even has some from Southland Tales which didn't make sense, and they don't make sense here. And it has some really dumb scenes in it. One, most likely, involving a library. Now, the thing about these scenes is they are few. There are not many of these scenes, but they do upset the film quite substantially. And so what I'm trying to say is the first half is very good, okay? The second half just lets the film down completely. It's a very interesting, very intriguing, and the thing about it is, because those scenes are so few, it still keeps that mysterious vibe right the way through the film, and it is generally gripping. It never gets boring for me. I did really enjoy this film, but saying that, it's not exactly something that Richard Kelley should have done, but I do admire him for trying to do something original finally. Even though it's short, based on a Twilight Zone episode and Richard Matheson short story called Button Button, it is still an original piece from him, and I did enjoy it. It did have some great acting, it had a brilliant soundtrack, it looks great, and for the first half of the movie anyway, it was generally gripping and very mysterious, and I really like that about it. So for the box, even with some of its problems, it's still a good movie, and I do recommend it. If you are a Richard Kelley fan, go see it, because you'll probably get more out of it than people who are not Richard Kelley fans. Essentially, it's movie Marmite. People love it, people hate it. I'm right down the middle. I'll eat it, but I'm not sure if I want to eat lots of it. So for the box, I give it a 6.5. It's not perfect, but it is a return to form for Richard Kelley, and it is very good for that point. But it does have problems. I do warn you, non-Richard Kelley fans, do not see. There's other films this week.